minute. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Dr. Khadija, Shaman Coach Millionista. And we are on day 8 of our wealth challenge. And I got a confession. I took the weekend off. I had to have some me time. Yesterday, I went to church, Creflo Dollar, World Changers. Listen, I've never been to his service live. Oh my God, it was amazing. And one of my new business partners, I'm forever grateful that she took me there. I had my daughter jump online and, listen live because it was so good. It was so good. Anyway, so I just had to take a me there. I had to like, whew, let me see. Y'all want to hear? Y'all want a little recap of the message? The message was put God first and keep God in everything that you do. That really was that. It was almost like, we be out here thinking we doing the daggone thing, not giving credit where credit is due, but we are not able to do anything excellence without the Most High having a hand in what we're doing. And it's so amazing because there's billions of people, right? And you're like, how is it that this energetic force can just like order our steps and or get in front of us, or I don't know, but I'm gonna just tell you guys this: when I pray, they say you ask not because you have not. When I pray, all kind of miracles be happening, and it's not like I don't pray, but I very seldom pray where I ask for stuff. How about that? The other day I did this real powerful prayer about life and relationships and people and family and like basically operating with integrity. And I said something, and I said, if this is supposed to happen, then this should happen. And this happened, which meant this was supposed to happen. And I said, if this isn't supposed to happen, then this should happen. And then this happened, which made me feel like, whoa, whoa, ooh, did that really just happen? That's like one time my girl was dating a guy and she said, if I see the sign 37, then that means I should date him or something. And she didn't see the number 37 once. She didn't see it twice. She saw it 3 times. Guess what? She ended up dating a guy. They ended up getting married, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, and they say until it ran its course. But, okay. So, the Wealth Challenge, let me tell y'all something. I put this Wealth Challenge together a long time ago, and it has since evolved. And I just want to say this. When you when you move in life with intention and you start to like reprogram your subconscious mind, um your life changes. Like the energy, like you just start learning that how you're such a creative being that um you get to choose the life that you have. And it's really like it's almost that simple, but what happens is most of us we're living a life that others program for us, and then we kind of step into it. Like, for example, when I was younger, y'all know the story. I was told go to school, get good grades, to what? Get a good job. Y'all know the story. Y'all know this. Most people have heard that, right? And that's all I knew. That's all I knew. And being an entrepreneur, when I think back, all I heard about being an entrepreneur was that most companies don't make it. It takes at least 5 times to take a profit. And oh, excuse me. Out of those who make it past 5 years, a large percentage of those people aren't gonna make it the next 3 years. So who wants to like, oh, and then you gotta go into debt first. I mean, who wants to do that? But what they don't tell you is that the life of an entrepreneur, even though it is challenging at times, is so rewarding. Like, even right now, 2022 has been a very, very hard year for me. I have close to $5 million in assets that's tied up. I have a little under $500,000 that was embezzled from my company. Um, And then I'm constantly just, making new money, making new stuff, right? And it's like, but it's so rewarding. I get up every day on my own parade. Like I am so unemployable that I'm just unemployable. Like there's like no way for me to go and work for somebody. So I have deals on the table, a $50,000 deal, a $30,000 deal, $100,000 deal, a $22,000 deal. I mean, it's like if I was at someone's job, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have the time to do the things that I'm doing. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't even have the mindset. I wouldn't even have the time to sit and think and meditate. And like even with this wealth challenge, I wanted to kind of go through it with you guys. And I'm gonna tell you like this. Day one is about being committed, right? I'm gonna go real quick because we're on day 8. All right. So day one is about being committed to the journey. You know, when I did $1.4 million in 4 months, um, it was my own company. It was my own. It's like when I say self-made, doesn't mean I have a team helping me now. I got a team. I got a team. I have mentors. I have an advisory team. I have, of course, my staff. Couldn't do, man, listen, my staff is everything. Like, you don't even know. Like, even in the wealth challenge, I have a whole kind, it don't cost a whole lot to have a staff. And then if you're smart, you can have a staff that creates the money so that you can pay them. Okay. So like real talk. But anyway, let me get real quick. So when you're in life and you're moving and you're creating, number one, you have to be committed. You have to be committed to the process. And a lot of people, they don't tell you the challenges that you're going to have, but like I said earlier, the rewards are so worth it. um the second thing I talked about was having a gratitude journal and journaling first thing in the morning when you first wake up. Thank you, give praise most high, etc. Have a morning ritual, have a time for yourself. And some people go, well, I don't have time in the morning, I have to do it in the middle of the day, I have to do it in the evening. That's cool, do it when you got to do it. If you can't do it in the morning, however, you can do it in the morning, even if you have to go to bed a little bit earlier and go to sleep a little, get up earlier, go to bed earlier, whatever you got to do. In the morning is when you first are closest to the Most High. When you first open your eyes, that's a magical moment. So give your praise, give your thanks, and put forth the things that we talked about. If you have to go back and watch 1, 2, 3, do it. Day number 3, we talked about goal setting. It's so important for you to set goals for your life. It's so important. I can't even begin to stress how you can't just wing it, man. You can't. You have to have some intentionality around what it is that you're doing, what it is that you desire to do, what it is that you. It has to be non-negotiable. It has to be non-negotiable. So, day number 4 is reprogramming the belief system. Like I was saying earlier, I was taught to go to school, get a job. Y'all know that. Y'all know the drill. And I started reading different books, personal development. I got involved in the MLM, and it changed my life. I just thought I was gonna be rich. Everybody gonna be rich. It was only $500 to be a part of it, and this is way back, like right after college. And when I was in college, I never heard the term residual income. Since then, I've gone on to feel like I don't knock MLMs, but I do feel like typically they don't stay around, and typically you don't like you'll make money with them. They got phenomenal products, but for whatever reason, I don't know. They just tend to like 5 years, 10 years. I don't know. It's a few of them that's been around. However, ever, it's a great way to leverage, the knowledge, the expertise, the system of someone else. So I'm not against it. But what I teach is to be in a position to learn and know how to make money no matter what. No matter what. So I teach how to play the money game so that you can take some money, you can leverage your credit, and then you can build a business, purchase a business, have some investment. And I'm so excited to talk about the money. When we get into like the middle of this, I'm gonna get real deep about the money and how you can create money. Like I just got a check for $7,000. I didn't do anything for it except leverage my credit a few months back. It just dropped, boom. Every month they drop, and they're gonna get bigger as time goes on. And I'll talk about that later. But anyway, so on day number 5, I talked about the truth about money. And when you guys are gonna be able to get uh, my download, my journal on the 15th of this month. So 5 more days, perfectly the same. We'll have it ready. I told you guys I lost my computer, it crashed, yada yada. But I still wanted to go live. And so hey, you will be able to go and log in and all that good stuff and have access to the journal. I'm so excited about that. Or you can purchase the one that's blinged out that my team and are what they're putting it together. So either or, you can get it for free, or you can pay for one it'll be delivered to your house. Phenomenal. The money game, the things that are in this journal, the videos that I direct you to, the information I ask you to look at, it is on a whole nother level. One thing I asked you to look at was the Creature of Jekyll's Island. It's a 2-hour video, but I have some other stuff in the journal that I mean I can't give you every video because they're actually YouTube videos that I got from another mentor of mine that is off the hook. Whew. And I got this video, like this information, I'm talking like 10, 12 years ago. And I had to check the links to make sure they still work, and they do. So, and like I said, a lot of this information, it comes from my mentors. Day number 6, we talked about the mental banker. For anybody who bought the book, Success is Not an Accident, it directs you to another 2-hour video that is a game changer. There's an exercise that you do 5 minutes before you go to bed every night. Helps to reprogram your mind, and it's deep. It's real. It's all about the money, and billionaires have been created. Well, people have reached billionaire status by using this system, and it's just you just have to watch the video and go through that process. Day number 7, we talked about creating a vision board. Write the vision and make it plain. We're gonna get a little deeper. I'm actually gonna rearrange this is actually an older version of the challenge, but it's okay. I'm just rolling with the way it is. I ain't had time to change it to whatever, but it doesn't really matter the order. You just do it. You just be committed to this is a 7-figure um um radical wealth challenge. So some days it's a 5 minute, 10, 20 minute thing. Other days it's 2 hours. We make time for what we want to do. We go. Many of us have seen The Woman King. Great movie. Did it put any money in your pocket? You made time to go see it, right? So sometimes when I tell people it's a 2-hour video, they act like I said it was like they got to sit somewhere for 30 days uninterrupted. I'm like, it's 2 hours, and it's a game changer, and it's going to give you information you didn't know. And if you watch some of it, it's good, but when you have to watch it to the very, 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 very end, because the very end is when it gets super, like, it just a whole switch is going to, like, I mean, I can't even begin to tell you. So I'm gonna leave that there. um Today, though, day 8, I want to talk about alkalized water. And this is a weird topic, to bring up, is we're talking about building wealth. But it's so important for the body to be hydrated because it hydrates the brain. And a lot of us, believe it or not, so many Americans we don't drink enough water. I don't know about other parts of the world, but I know here in America, I mean, I've met people who are like, I barely ever drink water. And your body is a machine. Like, your body is a machine. And somewhere along here, we talk about the foods we eat. Oh, I think day number 10. Yeah, I should probably put that. I should switch that. But anyway, I am going to switch it. I'm going to switch it. So, um, drinking at least 8 hours. I mean, literally, this probably is 10 or 12 ounces. So 8 hours, 8 ounces is not a lot. It's not a lot. If you took a cup 1 hour, 8 hours out the day, and you just drank eight ounces, it's like 3 sips and the 8 ounces is gone. It's not even a whole lot. But what it does for the body is amazing. If you go on Google, you type in water therapy, there's a story, a true story. And I'm gonna say it was really deep. This is what I'm about to share with you is in the American Medical Journal. Okay. The American Medical Journal, that our doctors, they know about this, or at least it's in their journals. I can't say what everybody know, what everybody's read, because that journal, it has a lot of information. But I'm gonna tell you this: I had a scare, and I had to go into the hospital. My iron had got really, really low. So my guy, he's there, and he said to the nurse that he drinks 20 to 32 ounces of water every morning upon waking. And the nurse just turned to her and said, "Wow, really?" She says, "Well, you'll never end up in the hospital." She said it. I mean, the nurse, she just said it like, we was like, whoa. So, okay, if you go on Google, if you type in water therapy, there was a doctor, he was a prisoner of war. I don't know which war, I don't know the name, I don't know the doctor's name. But while he was there, he treated a lot of people. And usually in situations like this, people die, they get real sick, they almost die, they super dehydrated, yada yada. When they got everybody out, everybody was healthy. And so they were asking, because they were asking the doctor, hey, did they give you penicillin? Did they give you antibiotics? They help treat people. We know people were going through stuff, yada yada. He said, no, only thing I did was give them water. So the philosophy that he has, that's in the American Journal, is if you get up every morning, if you drink 20 ounces of room temperature water before you do anything else, like it'll help if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, kind of stuff, cancer, AIDS. It's a whole list of things. It'll balance your body out. But you have to do it for like 90 days. Each element, you have to do it for so many days. Cancer might be even longer. So it was just kind of like when I first heard this, because one of my colleagues shared this with me years ago. And there's something about when you first get up in the morning and you drink 20 ounces of room temperature water. Now, if you want to take it to get even deeper, there's something called alkaline water, and then there's something called alkalized water. So a lot of anything that we buy in the store that's in a bottle is poisonous. Okay, do some research. It's deep. Anything that has plastic in it that we consume, and whatever we're consuming out of plastic is poisonous to our body. Now, one of the things that I was told, or during my research from a very powerful doctor, was that the poison, it enters our body, but it kind of like our body can get rid of it, right? So it's not like the most deadly thing. However, if you're doing it a lot, let's say like you're drinking a lot of bottled water, it's better to get you one of those cans that's filtrated, like a filter. I'm trying to see if I have one of mine laying around. No, I don't. Of course I don't. I should have had one. But they're like stainless steel. It's a lot of, you can just go on Google. It's better to get one of those filtration type water bottles and put tap water. Not, I don't really recommend drinking tap water. But however, if it is a filtration system, the right one, it'll get rid of all the negative stuff, the fluoride, the chlorine, and all the other things that's just in it that's not good for us. So, but bottled water, Aquafina and Dasani, please do some research. Those are two of the most horrendous waters we can purchase and buy. A lot of the waters that are in the store that are like named like Evian or Fiji, I mean, just do some research, because I love Evian water. If I'm out and hey, it is what it is. Um, if I don't have my water bottle and I need water, I will buy bottled water. But I try. My goal is not to. My goal is to have my water canister that filtrates any water that I put in it. And if I put bottled water in it, well, I'm not sure if that's better than tap water. Honestly, I haven't really done any tests on that. However, there's a machine that my sister sells, full transparency. It's a Kagan water machine, and some of you guys may have heard of it. And some people think that that's a good machine. Other people think it's not. I mean, it's a lot of conversation for it and against it. However, in China, Japan, they had, well, Japan, I think it is. I'm not sure. Somewhere over there in Orient. They actually use this machine as a medical device. Period. These are facts. This is not, whatever. And they've helped people like a whole lot. You drinking alkalized water. It has like templates, not templates. It has plates in it that energizes and electrolyzes the water, and they make the molecules extremely small so it can, you can drink it and have a really good. I mean, listen, I'm gonna just tell you like this. When my journal comes out, I kind of go deep, and there's some videos you can watch and things like that. And it's like just to know. Like yesterday, a couple of days ago, I was on live, and there was a young lady when I said to signing Aquafina, I said, do your homework. It's a whole like news, like on the news, like the real news, saying that it's not good for you, and it's basically purified. It's tap water. Anything that says purified is basically toilet water, tap water. So it's kind of like, and then and this is what's interesting. Like you go to a lot of places that'll give you water for free, like when you get your nails done, or I don't know, the barbershop or wherever, whatever. And the same place where they have purified water, they'll have spring water for the exact same amount of money. And it's kind of like, well, get the spring water, just like the better of the two evils, right? So, but you want to stay hydrated. You have children, you want to let them drink water, no, none of that sugary stuff, no pops. Be careful of even the juices, the fruit juices with added sugar. Like you want to make sure if you're doing juice, it's not from concentrate. And oh yeah, and then there's other machines out there besides the Kagan machine that are alkalized, but the Kagan machine has a lot of other um I can't, like, I had bought a machine that wasn't a Kagan machine for, I'm saving money. And then my sister, she came over here. She didn't. I have a couple of cake machines as well. So I have different properties. I want them in different places. So long story made short, she tested the Kagan machine water with her water. And my sister, she's very passionate about health and water, and oh my God, she's building a spa and all kind of great stuff. You hear more about that later, but I mean, just phenomenal stuff. So anyway, so she did a test, and it was like that Kagan machine just kicked my machine butt to the point where it's like, okay, I can't, like, you can make, I can't even explain all the stuff you can do with the Kagan machine, but feel free, check it out. If you want to know more, DM me. I can give you her number. You guys she can give you a presentation, all that good stuff. It's an amazing, amazing machine. And one of my associates, Harold, he he was married to a young lady who had cancer, and someone told him about the Kagan machine. And him and his wife, at the time, they were getting the water, and her cancer went into remission, and a few years later it came back. And they had tried a lot of things with the Kagan water. Before they knew about the Kagan water, they were trying herbs and different things. Nothing really worked, yada yada. But then at some point, he introduced the Kagan water to his wife, and she started to get better. Now, I can't say Kagan machine helps people with cancer, but I can tell you there are a lot of evidence of this, okay? Or that it helps people with all types of stuff, right? So, long story made short, the cancer come back a few years later. His wife dies. Sad story, true story. And he was like, "Wow, Khadija," said, this when it came back, we didn't think about the Kagan water. Like he was just like, I just kind of forgot about it. And so he kind of like always wondered, could that have been the difference in his wife maybe staying here a little longer? I mean, we don't know. We don't know. But he does sell the Kagan machine. He's very big in the company. Um, and that's just one story. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't tell you that Kagan water or the Kagan machine can like save a loved one. However, we've seen miraculous things happen with that machine and that water. I'm gonna just leave that there, right? Because I don't want to make any kind of medical claims. People have to do their own. You have to do your own research. And I'm real big about praying and meditating and asking God for wisdom and direction because I believe that we're all energetic beings and that we do get downloads from the most high. Because when I just think about it, I said, when you think about people like Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, um a lot of black inventors that for whatever reason I can't call their name right now. It's like they receive downloads, which is why I don't knock Western medicine. I understand that Eastern medicine combined with Western medicine, I think is a better pill to swallow because you're getting the natural herbs, and if you have something you need to handle like right away, you know what I'm saying. You kind of can have the best of both worlds, as I'm trying to say. So it's sort of like you have to you have to listen and pay attention and do what divine intelligence is directing you to do. You can't you can't just depend on man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I do believe that God can direct you to a man to help you. And it could be it could be a doctor, it could be a Western doctor, it could be an Eastern doctor, it could be a combination of both. But just be real clear on how to get quiet, how to get still. Listen, I am so excited to bring you guys some more information as it relates to how to get to the seven figures. Okay, all of this is important. All of this is important. Waking up in the morning, having your morning time, and as we go through this journal, there's going to be some very challenging things that you're going to have to do to help rewire your programming. You don't have to do it, but if you do it, you'll notice the difference. Like you'll notice it quickly, like quickly. There's some things we're doing in the challenge. And I had totally rearranged this challenge, I promise you. But we just here, we getting it done. Like my one mentor always says, it's better. How did she say it? Oh, I can't think of the saying. She says it all the time. Basically, you don't have to be perfect. Put it out there. That's what this is. We just putting it out there. So I really want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is for me more than it's for you. Because like I said, I got a lot going on over here. And the Most High told me to take my own challenge because, like I said, the first time I did this, I made 1 million in around 9 months, years ago. And then this is something I've been doing this for like ever. And then you kind of fall off sometimes, and then but you circle back around, and what brings the energy to help you to create the level of success at the intensity that you desire. So the second time I did it, 1.4 million in 4 months. I mean, come on, people. It's like, what are we doing? And now I know that I can far surpass that record. I can far surpass that record because it's other things that I've added that I can't wait to share with you guys. And it's not a secret. I'm real big on set asides, government contracts, things like that, but in the lane of what it is that you do and understanding how to create a divine assignment, mirror it with something that was meant for you to win. But it's almost like someone having the keys to a car that, I don't know, your uncle bought. He passed on, never got to tell you it's your car. The car is right there, and you see it, you hear it, you kind of know about it, but you're not really paying no attention. But at some point, somebody hand you them keys and say, "This your car. You go do what you need to do." That's how the government set asides are. There's not one black person that should be not without millions. Not one. I haven't met one person yet that I couldn't help get to millionaire status in 1 year without government contracting. Okay. So if I can do it without government contracting, like, I mean, I'm really like, I'm all in that space right now, like on a whole nother level. One of my associates just got a contract for 24 million or 26 million. It might even be 34 million. I don't know. Huge. Now, is that all her money? Of course not. She's gonna prime. It's a lot of subs and it's a lot of moving parts. Most people don't start at that level, but she's used to running a $10 million agency, just a regular agency. Now, this is she's basically taking the same information and she's a health consultant, but you could sell paper clips to the government. I mean, you don't have to. It don't have to be nothing deep. You can sell toilet paper. I'm talking $1 million, multi-million-dollar contracts. Okay. And I said this on Clubhouse the other day. I said, when I was younger and I was on welfare and I was struggling, and I remember getting a job, and I don't want to date myself, but I think I was making like 30 grand a year or some 40, whatever it was, is a lot of money to me coming off welfare. So 30,000 a year is probably about, I was making between 15 and $18 an hour, right? And I was broke. I mean, by the time they took out taxes, I paid my little daycare fees and paid my little car note, paid my little or if you don't get your little tail of myself, pay my little bills. I was working to give all my money away to rich people. So now today I'm like, do you know I had leadership positions in my corporate jobs. I could have been looking for a contract. But let me tell you how deep. Let me tell you how deep it go. I saw contracts that were given to other people, never thought that was something I could do because just didn't know I didn't know the play. I didn't know the play. So today I know the play and I have a team and we're setting it up where we can give and we can help people come through our portal. Couple things. One, we're going to be able to help them to we're going to do the paperwork because that baby, the paperwork, it ain't difficult or hard or anything like that. It's just, I want to say it's a mind fuck a little bit because some of the stuff that the government do, it just don't be making sense. And so, you got to know how to weave and bob, The other thing that we're doing and we're adding is a nonprofit entity to our platform. And with the nonprofit entity, we can guarantee that you will get a Google grant for $10,000 every single month to go towards ads. Listen, if you can't rock with me and make $1 million in a year, oh, wait, to get even better. I'm just the last jewel I'm gonna drop. The fact that I teach the money game, I'm real big on credit and having a foundation of credit. My team is beastie. Just they can take anything off, good, bad, and different. Just because you don't want it on there, we can take it off. I don't care if it's brand new, if it's old, if it's a repossession, if it's child support, it just don't matter. And I'm talking take it off within 60 days. Like real talk. That's the average. Within 60 days, everything you don't want on your credit is gone. Now, the only reason I'm talking about leveraging credit because most people don't have what I'm about to tell you. I have platforms where you can legitimately have investment strategies. I'm not even gonna say what they are, but I'm gonna just say this. We help you do six and seven figure funding, and then you take a percentage of that. Do your business plan, whatever we talk about, however, whatever. We'll have $1 million strategy, but you're gonna take a portion of some of that money. You're gonna put in your own brokerage account and your money is going to be traded with our traders account. So your money never leaves your account and it's not illegal the way we're doing it. It's totally, totally, totally legal. And I mean, I'm watching like one guy started with 300,000, 8 months later, he has $1 million in his account. I mean, it's just the money's just doubling and tripling every few months. Okay, I'm gonna say doubling. And I want to introduce that to my people, like on a whole nother level. This is not you learning how to trade. Hey, for those of us who want to learn how to trade, great. No worries. I used to trade back in the day, 2005. I got introduced to options. I taught a lot of people to trade. I meet people to this day who thank me for helping them they live a life today that they would have never lived if it wasn't for me introducing trading to my city, Cleveland, Ohio, which is where I'm from. I was the first African American woman. I don't know why I'm saying that because the whole company was black, but I was the first woman to be a corporate trainer in Ohio, and I moved fast through ranks of this company. So, that's neither here nor there. At some point, though, my guy, he took the baton and he started trading. And he's been trading ever since. And I have to give him props as to why I'm able sometimes to sit back and chill because he doing what he do. But anyway, I really wish he would do a forex because he has a brain like he remembers. He's what do you call them people? He has a photographic memory, and I think he would kill it with the forex. He's like, look, I'm good here. This is what I do. This is what I know. But he's coming. I mean, I'm not trying to push him over there, but I have other traders who now they don't trade and they do forex and they're really good at it, but they have their money with this other system I'm talking about. I've got like two or three different systems. So, some you need 50,000 to get in, others you need 25,000 to get started, others you need 100,000 to get started. And I have one I'm just introduced to that I'm vetting that I heard is really off the hook. See, my thing is about safety. It ain't just about how much money you're making, it's about the integrity of the person who's trading your money and how it's being traded. And I work with people who are bonded, insured, um and like if they do something crooked, your money's protected. Like the one guy that's in our wheelhouse, he hasn't lost one trade since December 21st, 2021. Another trader in our circle, in our wheelhouse, he the last 4 months he's only lost one day, and it was like $600 in the account. That type of stuff. So this is deeper than just, I mean, I need you to be committed. I need you to write and be grateful. And I didn't tell you this when you do the journal, gratitude journal. You have to write as though it has already happened. Okay, you have to speak it in, not I'll be happy when I'm grateful and thankful for, I don't know, the $1 million house I have, or I'm grateful and thankful for having an 800 credit score. Whatever. It has to be in the present. Okay, guys, I got to go. I'm talking way too long. All right, guys. Well, hey, this is a wealth challenge, and I want to give you guys a little, just so you know, this is deeper than just, it's just deeper. And, my goal is to challenge you to become a millionaire in a year. So this is seven-figure radical wealth building challenge, and we build from there. Because as I go through this, and I talk about your credit, and I talk about your trust, and I talk about it. Look, we got some stuff, y'all. Some stuff I can't give y'all for free because it's a little bit too deep down the rabbit hole. But for people who feel me and they want to take this journey with me, and they feel my energy, I'll see you on a whole nother side of how to protect yourself and how to build wealth, um in a different kind of way. And not even but how to play the money game at a whole nother level. I'll leave it at that. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be talking about well, I'm gonna just leave it as it is. We're gonna be talking about the power of meditation and the power of meditation, and how when you do it right, you open up a whole nother sphere. You open up a whole nother mm, it's real deep. And people who meditate understand, people who don't, they try to figure out where they have so many challenges as being a creative being. I'm gonna leave that there. All right, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for everybody on Instagram land. And thank you so much for everybody who gets to see my broadcast. Now, I always forget to say, please like, love, share, comment, all that good stuff. And yeah, that stuff right there. I always forget to say that. So again, this is for me, more than it's for you, but you're here, you're hanging out with me. I love it. I appreciate it. So talk to you guys later. Bye.